Faulkner identified them. The flies were sarcophaga, also known as flesh flies.
And the reason why they're called flesh flies is because they lay their young live on rotting flesh of animals or people, and then the maggots then proceed to feed on the bodies of this rotting flesh until such time as they pupate and then become adults.
Other things this particular group of flies will do is they'll fly in very bad weather. So if it's foggy or rainy or overcast, they'll be active and they'll be searching out a potential host. Whereas other flies will probably settle and wait until the sun comes out or till it gets warmer.
Once Faulkner knew they were sarcophaga, he could study the exact time frame of their life cycle. The preserved specimens were in their third or final stage of larval development.
Once you have them identified, you know what stage in development the most developed ones are. Then you go backwards and say, okay, this was the temperature regime at that time. This is how long this particular insect takes to develop to this stage. Therefore, that body was available to these insects for this amount of time. Usually, that indicates how long the person's been dead.
In normal weather conditions, it takes a week for the baby maggots to develop to their third stage, but the weather conditions in the desert are far from normal. During the week Sandra Swick's body was discovered, the daytime temperatures averaged 92 degrees. In 92-degree weather, it would take only 3.5 days for the freshly laid maggots to develop to their third and final stage. And Faulkner was able to tell investigators something else. The sarcophaga never deposit their maggots in the dark. They only do so in daylight.
I'm going to Florida.
This meant that Sandra Swick was still alive when the sun set on Sunday evening, July 17th. But she was dead by daybreak on Monday morning, July 18th. At the first sign of light, these flesh flies were attracted to the chemical scent of Swick's decomposing flesh and immediately laid their maggots.
The maggots would not have been as developed if she had been alive longer. If she had been alive Monday afternoon, Monday evening, there's no way that these flies under those temperature conditions could have developed to that stage.
Faulkner's conclusions provided police with a scientific time frame for Swick's murder. Now, detectives could investigate Ronald Porter's whereabouts during the time of Swick's death. Porter worked as a mechanic at this automotive chain store. When his timesheets were subpoenaed, they revealed he was not at work on Sunday, July 17th. In addition, Porter provided no alibi regarding his whereabouts on that day.
And it matched up. We had a time period where Ron Porter was available to drive from north part of the county down to pick up Sandra Swick and transport her to East County.
Based on the insect clues and the similarities between